EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
This defense for the Commanders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. The Colts had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. From midfield now, Lawrence. Completes it to Douglas. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They forget about the run to set up Plus, they're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They go play action with Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with career touchdown number 70.
And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
That touchdown certainly a welcome sight. Remember, they were shut out last week. They talked to us about getting early momentum. Well, here you go in the opening quarter.
Got to rebuild confidence, because when you get shut out, I don't care how strong you are mentally, you've got to take a step back and say, okay, what just happened here? Because nothing that we were doing worked well enough to get into the end zone, and that's a nice confidence-building drive, one that puts it in the end zone to give them an opportunity.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll start out on the ground, it's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Washington.
Justin Jefferson.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by York is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd down. Here's Barkley again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there for Indy. 42 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields this way up at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They begin with a run by Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down and 4. Hurts. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Hurts. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Dancing to his left. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DK Metcalf. With career touchdown number 94, he ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
Touchdown, Washington!
Justin Jefferson.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
This will come out to the 25. It's Lewis going to opt to not return it.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Douglas. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Blankenship's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they forced him to taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. A short kick taken at the 18.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They'll throw now on the final play.
That one complete out to Dotson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flush to his right. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Up the middle with Barkley. He finds some open field here. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence flushed out right.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Rolling to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On play action, Lawrence. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And Now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will hold at 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the commanders jumped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught by Anderson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 49 yards on the ground.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Third and goal at the 4-yard line.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
They go play action with Hurts.
Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
He sets to fire deep.
Touchdown, Washington.
A big play there. 46 yards.
And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. -9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
Flush to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory now. We'll see what transpires. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow! Wow!
York now for the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And he'll be set up in good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Here's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Dominated, boys, dominated.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. He'll buy some time right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Colts, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.